it's Katya and welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about FHA Rehab Loans or 203k loans. So let's get started. First of all, FHA Rehab Loans are made for borrowers as well as homeowners, because you can not only finance the actual home itself, but the repairs needed for it as well. So if you're purchasing a home, if you're looking to buy a fixer-upper, this is the loan for you, because in that case, you can finance the costs needed for the repair of the home and work on this home and then move into it. Or if you already live in this home, you can get some extra funds, refinance and get some extra funds to repair the home. So how FHA Rehab Loan works? First of all, an FHA loan is backed by Federal Housing Administration, and you can take either a 15 or a 30-year fixed or adjustable mortgage loan. As well as that, the costs needed for the refinancing can include both the materials needed for a rehab as well as labor. So just like in a traditional mortgage, to get qualified for a rehab mortgage, you will have to meet certain qualifications. But generally, those qualifications are not as harsh as qualifications for a conventional loan, because FHA loans are backed by the government. So let's take a look at the qualifications that are needed for a FHA rehab loan. First of all, you will need to find an FHA approved lender that will be able to qualify you for a 203k rehab FHA loan. Second, your credit score has to be at least 500. Third, you will have to put at least 3.5% down payment if your credit score is 580 and above, or if your credit score is 500 up to 580, you will have to put at least 10% down, and that really depends on your lender. Fourth, your debt to income ratio cannot exceed 43%. If your credit score is on the higher end, depending on the lender, you can meet a qualification with a debt to income ratio being as high as 50%. Fifth, a 203k loan, just like a traditional FHA loan, has to be used for a primary residence only. You cannot purchase an investment property with a 203k loan. And finally, the repairs that are getting done with this loan must be performed by a licensed contractor. So this is not a type of a DIY, so you cannot do everything yourself. You have to absolutely hire a licensed contractor. Now let's talk about what kinds of 203k loans we are able to offer. The first kind is a Streamline, and the second kind is a standard. A Streamline 203k loan is also called a limited loan, because this kind of rehab loan is offered for the borrowers that need fewer repairs, up to $35,000 usually. So if you're looking for a major repairs that would require more than $35,000 worth of repairs, you will have to go with a standard FHA rehab loan. Because in the standard 203k loans, the repairs are usually major structural repairs, and the costs of the repairs are usually starting anywhere from $35,000 and up. With a standard FHA 203k rehab loan, you will have to consult with a U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development consultant that will have to be hired to oversee the actual project and the renovation process. As well as that, all of these repairs must be done in accordance with a government set codes, and those codes are different in each county and each city and each state. Now let's talk about a process of getting a 203k FHA loan. First of all, you have to find a pre-approved lender. Second, you will have to get pre-approved yourself to make sure that you are qualifying for this loan. After that, you will have to choose a contractor, have to make sure that he or she is a licensed contractor, and you will have to get an estimate on the repairs that you would like to make. After all of that being said, you will be able to close on the loan, and after the loan is closed, only then you will be able to proceed with the repairs. If the repairs are major and you are not able to move into the home until after the repairs are done, FHA sometimes is able to provide you with a temporary housing until the repairs are done and you are able to move in. So what kind of repairs can you use these funds for? First of all, you can improve on your home curb appeal. Second, you can change the flooring, you can change the roof. Third, you can make your home more energy efficient. Fourth, you can fix all of the needed health and safety hazards. Fifth, you can work on water and plumbing systems. Sixth, you can redo your landscaping and all of the groundwork. Additionally to that, you can make your home more accessible and make any changes that would modernize your home. So please keep in mind the repairs that you are proceeding with are necessities. So the swimming pool or any luxuries like that would not be included nor covered by this loan. So you cannot put a barbecue grill or a swimming pool or a hot tub or a sauna or an outdoor fireplace. None of the luxuries like that would be covered under the rehab loan. So the rule of thumb is that general modifications or enhancements that do not appeal of the home are not going to be covered. In addition to that, some kinds of properties might not be covered as well. For example, mixed-use properties. For example, if you have a combination of residential and commercial side, if you have a two-story townhome, on the first story you have a salon like a nail salon, and the second floor you are living yourself, this property is not going to be covered, as well as that co-ops are not covered. Another thing is that the estimates that you are getting from the contractors, they have to be absolutely accurate. For example, because if you are saying that your contractor would charge you $40,000 for the repairs that you are needing, and then it's end up being $47,000, that can potentially trigger reappraisal and reevaluation of your loan because of the additional costs incurred. So the quotes that you are getting have to be absolutely accurate up to a penny. And it is strongly suggested that you providing your lender with all of the required paperwork from yourself for your approval, your tax returns, your pay stubs, your bank statements, your ID, everything that your lender requires. So when the lender receives all of the paperwork from your contractor and yourself, your loan is able to be moved for a final approval. So once your loan is finalized and closed, only then your contractor is able to start working on your home. And depending on the project that you are having, you might have to live somewhere else. So make sure that you are letting your lender know of that, because you can finance up to 6 months of a mortgage payments needed. So you can allow some room for yourself to live elsewhere in case if your project is that major and you would not be able to live in the property itself. So when deciding to either go or not to go with a rehab loan, you have to know of the positive and negative sides of a rehab loan. So let's start with a positive part. First of all is a lower FICO score requirement. As I said previously, the credit score can be as low as 500 with 10% down payment and as low as 580 with 3.5% down payment. Second, you can have a temporary housing if your home requires major renovations. You can have a temporary housing up to 6 months, and only after the repairs are completed at your home, you can move into it. Third, of course, it's combining a purchase of an actual home plus the renovations needed for it. So after you are actually purchasing the home, you do not need to look for any extra loans, and it's all done in one loan. And as we already know, generally for FHA loans, we are getting lower interest rates. Now let's talk about not so positive sides of an FHA rehab loan. Just like in a traditional FHA loan, you will have mortgage insurance premium, as well as upfront mortgage insurance premium, which is fixed. It can be financed in your loan. Second, since you have to gather a whole bunch of different information from the contractors, from your work and stuff like that, the application and approval process sometimes can take a longer time than with a traditional FHA loan. Third, the rehab loans cannot be used for investment properties. Fourth, you will have to pay mortgage insurance premium as well as upfront mortgage insurance. Fifth, if the projects are major, they might require you to hire a Department of Housing and Urban Development consultant to oversee the process. And finally, your closing costs might be as much as the traditional loans, or sometimes even higher, because some of the lenders may apply additional closing costs for the additional packaging of the loan. So what if you decide to refinance a rehab loan? Rehab loan with an FHA goes for the same streamlined refinance process as just like a standard FHA refinance. So with a standard FHA Streamline refinance, you only required to bring your updated credit report and employment verification. This is great, but the only downside is you will have to pay upfront mortgage insurance premium. So to sum up, a 203K FHA loan is a great option for someone who is looking to buy a fixer-upper, fix it up and live in the property, because you can finance both the house and the repairs needed for it in one single loan, which is very convenient. But keep in mind, if you decide to purchase this property, you can also do a cash out refinance, which in some cases may be way better and faster option than proceeding with a 203K FHA loan. Folks, thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. If this information was useful for you, please click thumbs up and subscribe button so I know that what I'm doing here actually helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or comment below and I'll be more than happy to help. Thanks again for your time, and you folks have a great one.